we are up to episode 3. Going back to last week, I remember the sadistic princess scheming with Albedo. How does this not surprise me? Of course it doesn't surprise me. And a dumbass social climbing prince wannabe falls right into the trap. So, but he is lucky that Albedo didn't rip his arm off and use it as a back scratcher. So, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that heard that crunch sound. I noticed that a lot of people heard it, and apparently it was Albedo grinding her teeth. I thought it was, something munching his arm off. I was half expecting to see them walk, and the arm's going to be on Albedo's shoulder, but like it's cut somewhere, and he's without an arm. But lucky for him, he's not dead yet. So, So let's kick it off really, really quickly. And after this, we're watching Arcane with Hutchan, episode 4. Should be really fun. And then after that, AI, the Somnium Files. All right, let's kick it off. Episode 3 of Overlord. I heard from someone that they're going to start doing the dubbing in the next few weeks, which is cool. But, same thing as always. I don't want to wait till then. We can always watch the dub later. Like, who cares? You can watch it twice. Why not? There's so much jam-packed into these episodes that you're probably not going to notice everything the first time anyway. You're going to watch it blind, and then once you realize what's happening, you watch it the second time and you start picking up all the hints and the signs and little things like that. So it's not like you can't watch it a second time, And then you can just compare the jokes and all that stuff. But so far, I like the dub and I like the sub. I've got nothing wrong with either of them. I definitely prefer Pandora's actor in the dub for many reasons. And yes, I will continue to say that because it's true. All right, let's continue. And someone also explained to me that this is a world-class item, meaning that if you hold a world-class item, other world-class items cannot be used against you, which is apparently what was being used against Shaltir. So now everyone, whenever they leave Nazarick, they have to hold one of these things. Cool. And apparently this was supposed to be included in Season 1, but it never was. And then they never fully explained what it is or how it works. So for anyone that hasn't read the light novels and is scratching their head, that's basically what it is. Thankfully, I've got people to tell me what it is. So, All right, let's continue. And sup, everyone just joining. Sup, sup, sup. Funny how I just paused to say that, and that's exactly what they do a literal second later. You know what? I'm just going to shut up. Let's just watch. Wait, it's bad for an overlord to ask someone else to explain? Isn't that what AINZ has been asking Demiurge to do every single time there's something about a plan? I'm just saying. The people who controlled Shaltir was using an item called Downfall in Castle and Country, which lets the user control any NPC for as long as they one has unlimited range, but has a long casting time and can control the only one NPC at a time. But if the NPC were wearing any world item, the effect of Downfall in Castle and Country would not have worked. Well, and apparently Shaltir killed the people that cast the item, so she was just basically under mind control, but had no orders. So she was just broken. She was just standing there with no orders. So it's like, yes, you are under mind control, but the person that cast it is dead, so yeah. I mean, it's bound to happen. Oh, God. I hate to think that she's It's fucking Danganronpa all over again. So isn't a kiss, like, more likely to share germs rather than... You see, this is me at the moment. It's just like, what? Wait, what? What? The, the fact that he actually went through with it. Okay, cheeky. I know. You want to be on screen too. Come here. Look. Yeah, little baby. This little baby. Look at her. She's wearing her little hoodie. And you put a little hoodie on the baby. She's like, yay. And then little Cloud is like, come here, cheeky. Come here. But she's like, no, I will defeat you. So little cheeky's just little. Okay, you can stay with me. I'm still shocked that he actually went through with it. He was so casual about it. You know, if you reward this type of behavior, it's only going to get worse, Bone Daddy. I'm just saying. Shouldn't she not be saying that name because they refer to the guy in armor as Momonga? So she shouldn't be using that name? I can't believe she just gets a pass on that. Are these guys like the Catholic Church? They're wearing the hats. I love it, like 1 second after I say that, it literally says Cardinal. This is ridiculous. Wait, so we have the Cardinal of Earth, the Cardinal of Wind, the Cardinal of Fire. What is this, Avatar? Tiggy, what are you doing? What are you licking? What are you licking? What are you doing? Jesus. Wait, so that's a female. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's not the Catholic Church. They actually let girls in the club. Okay, the little boys are safe. Wait, so they even have a Cardinal of Shadow and Darkness? Okay. I'm sorry, as soon as I hear Genjutsu, I'm just thinking Naruto. Wait, so we know this girl, Godkin, so she's definitely not a player. We know her because she was playing the Rubik's Cube, so she's not a player. But she could be like a creation of a player, similar to how everyone at Nazarick is, created by players. And then we've got bloody Byakuya from Bleach. He's probably the same and just writes poems. Honk? Thank you. Hmm? So we finally got a death count. Am I the only one that's feeling like they're about to start a crusade? They're about to start a crusade. Gilgamesh. Wow, he's stressing. Sorry, Cheeky's just making a lot of noise. I had to mute that out because I was very loud. Thank you. I'll read comments later. I don't want to know anything that's not mentioned in the anime because blind. Come on, guys. Blind. I have a feeling that it's more people from Nazarick. Am I the only one that's just waiting for the intro to stop playing? We're like halfway into the episode and no intro. Well, he's cracking under the pressure. So these guys are basically Rome. Okay. And his legions are just pissing their pants. You know what's funny? We still don't actually know the cement ingredients they used to build the Colosseum. Someone burnt the recipe. Talk about how much we've lost as a civilization. What the Okay, so this guy's got an instrument, so he's the bard. This guy strikes me as a rogue. This guy strikes me as probably a warrior or shaman of some sort. And this guy strikes me as like an archer or a samurai. Though I could be wrong. We know the recipe? Really? Link it to me. I need to pour some concrete on the driveway. And I want it to stay for a while. Oh, he's a priest? Well, I didn't see his staff. That's rigged. Wait, so he's gonna ask them to enter the tournament? I'm guessing they're not getting slaves to fight gladiators, but rather getting gladiators to fight gladiators. And there I was thinking he was just gonna lockpick it. Can't you just, like, leave it unlocked? Isn't this exactly the same thing that Rome did when they had issues? They just kept throwing more and more games to distract the public. Wait a minute. Isn't that what the government's doing currently? Oh god. Hmm? Oh, so it's the cardinals. Wait, no, these are the head priests. I was gonna say, why don't they use writing? Why would you speak? So if he's at that height and there's a balcony, how can he see anything from sitting down? I'm pretty sure they don't have a flat screen. Unless they're using a giant mirror. Like, honestly, how can he see anything from up there? Seriously. I can barely see his waist up. So if he's sitting down, like, I can't see the other two guys. How the F can they see anything? Phillipsite is a silicate material that helps Roman concrete strong, which is volcanic ash and lime, the chemical, not fruit. Modern day, we use weak Portland cement. Magic? Fair enough. I'll look into it. Thank you. Here's cheers. He gets up. How much you want to bet it's Momon? How much you want to bet? And how much you want to bet he's going to one-shot him? Why though? Oh, right. He wants to put fear into people's... The Romans made concrete by mixing volcanic, ash and lime and seawater to make a mortar, and then incorporating into the mortar chunks of volcanic rock to aggregate in the concrete. The combination of ash, water, and quicklime produces what is called a pozzolic reaction. Full quote. I'm going to look that up. Thank you. Well, this will be interesting. Oh yeah, paranoia is starting to hit him. He's starting to second guess everything. He's lost it. He can't even hold on to the guardrails anymore. He's gone. It kind of sounds like this guy never actually had to deal with the difficult situation in his life. This is what happens when you inherit a kingdom. What? I love how he's just like floating in the air. He's like, sup, bitch. Is that guy a literal ogre? Holy crap. He took over the empire with his own strength. He's a great ruler. This is just the first time he's faced an AINZ. He didn't though. He actually worked hard for his empire. Okay, so he's got a backstory. Oh, come on! This is not fair. I'm sorry, but these episodes are way too freaking short. Like, this was, what, 22 and a half minutes with no intro. That was so short. The only thing we got to see was the Catholic Church, Gilgamesh shitting himself and pulling his hair out, and then Gilgamesh trying to meet with the Catholic Church, and then Bone Daddy appearing. That's it. And maybe Albedo and Bone Daddy. Like, when you really think about it, that's F all. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes. Could be interpreted as 4. That is short as crap. Overlord really needs 40-minute episodes. Yeah. And I don't mean 40 minutes as in I want you to take 2 episodes and clam them together. I mean as in there's 40 minutes worth of content in what we just watched. I'm sure there was a lot more discussion, a lot more planning, a lot more this, a lot more that. And they had to skim over it just to move the plot along because they have 12 episodes. So you either got to give them longer episodes or more episodes. Like, this is just too short. How many pages are the light novels? I have to ask. Are there like 120 pages a light novel? Or are there like 300 pages a light novel? Because that makes a big difference when it comes to content. There is far more in the light novel, basically. Basically more like ReZero, where they bought stuff like commercials in order to get extra time. Ranges. Yep, highly condensed. I can tell. The recent one was less than 600. 600 isn't bad. 600 is a decently sized, story. You could tell a good story in like 400 pages. I think Deceived, Star Wars Old Republic was like 450-ish. And that was a really good story with 3 separate characters. So you could tell a good story in 400 pages. But this is just highly condensed. The one being adapted right now is 336. Damn, so they're condensing that much into 12 episodes. Oof. That's condensed. It reminds me of how Danganronpa, the anime, is so highly condensed. Like, I watched it, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I played the game, and then I watched the anime again. I'm like, holy shit, this is condensed. The one being adapted is 336, to 4 to 5 episodes. So you only get 5 episodes like this for 336 pages. Wow. And you get like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. That's you get like 20 minutes damn. Yeah. I mean, I know I keep saying that any anime is just an advertisement for the manga and the light novel, and it's true, and we all know it, but damn. They're doing 3 volumes and 13 episodes. Yeah, that's condensed. It's literally a taster. You know how you have like the whole chocolate bar, which is like 250, 300 grams? And then you've got like those little 20-gram bars. This is basically a 20-gram bar. The whole thing's like 300 grams. So you basically get a bite-sized amount. If you like it, go read the light novel sort of thing. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, a few people were sort of telling me that you might not necessarily like the politics in this season. And I'll be honest, I enjoy politics and things like that. I like shows like Game of Thrones. I watched a historic miniseries on Napoleon, Hitler. So I'm kind of into those things. If it's well written. If it's well written, I enjoy it. If it's just there for the sake of being there and it's boring and nonsensical and doesn't make any sense, then I get bored. But if it's well structured and it has a purpose and it's thought out and, you know, the characters themselves kind of stick to who they are and their points of view and all of that, then yes, I enjoy it. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. Because I like to think of what's going on. I'm sort of like at the back of my mind, if I can be honest, if I had to describe it, it would be like a giant chessboard with multiple players and everyone's sort of moving what pieces they have, but not everyone has the same amount of pieces or the same type of pieces. So everyone's, you know, kind of, you know, scoping out the field, making a few moves, but they don't want to go all in because, you know, if their line of pawns get eaten, they don't want the entire kingdom to topple and things like that. So that's how I'm sort of viewing the situation. And we got a little taste of what's going on this side. Now we're seeing Gilgamesh again. We kind of see what Bone Daddy's doing. Well, we're only seeing like a very small part of what Bone Daddy's doing. We saw a little bit of Bone Daddy and then we saw Albedo. Like we only saw like a little glimpse of what's going on. You know, we just got a sneak peek. And then we saw what the crazy princess was doing. And, you know, she's playing from her side. And then the fat prince is playing from his side. And you've got the warrior that wants to train up another hero on his side. Then you've got Gilgamesh on his side. And now you've got the Catholic Church on their side. So, like, the amount of players is slowly being revealed. And everyone's moving their pieces a little bit. But I also know at the same time, since you've only got, you know, like 12 episodes, you can't just spend 12 episodes scheming. You have to do something. Otherwise, people are going to be like, boo, the most boring season ever. You know what I mean? So it's one of those really complicated, hey, we want to explore that element, but we also know if we don't have at least one really good, you know, battle, everyone's going to switch off. So they have to throw in things that either people really want or will kind of shock people to keep their attention. Game of Thrones did it by making people naked. You know? Like every 2 or 3 episodes, someone was naked. And then when the boobs stopped doing it, they were like full frontal nudity. And when that started, you know, stopped doing it, they got the sausages out. And then when that stopped doing it, they got worse and worse. So basically, you know, the Game of Thrones tactic, you got to keep people hooked on. But I'm a little bit like, when I find out how condensed this is. I'm totally open when the next anime vote happens. If people want to vote in the Overlord light novels, I'm down with that. It would definitely be an audiobook because I've tried reading light novels in the past with Danganronpa. And that lasted like 6 to 8 hours and I ended up murdering my throat. You know, for the next like 2-3 days, I was basically eating honey and drinking milk. Like, I really strained my throat. So I would definitely listen to the audiobook version of the light novels, but it would be the same format in which we pause, we discuss, you know, sort of thing. So it would be like, instead of watching an anime, you kind of be listening along and then discussing that, which would be really cool. So when the next vote happens, by all means, feel free to vote in the light novels. That's, of course, going to happen in the near future because we're going to be up to season 2 of Avatar. Konosuba's, pretty much not that long. And then you've got Jujutsu Kaisen as well, which from what I see is not that long. It has one season of like 24 or 26 episodes. So by all means, feel free to vote in the Overlord light novels when the vote comes in. Yeah. Can we directly vote for light novels before watching an anime? No. The anime needs to get watched, and then if people want the light novels, by all means. Because I don't want to be sitting there listening to light novels the entire time and we watch absolutely no anime. Because that would get sort of boring. And then at the same time, we don't want it to happen. Then people are like, go read the manga. And then before I know it, I'm just reading manga and I'm not actually watching any anime at all. And then it's just sort of like, okay, that's also boring. So a way to make it fair is watch the anime. If the anime is good, you can vote in the light novels and things like that. Cross that bridge when we get there. But if it's not that good, then, well, move on to something else. Anime is a lot easier to digest, a lot easier to binge, a lot easier to have a good time instead of just, like, listening to audio the entire time. Yeah. If you read them, make sure you read the fan translation audiobook because the official translation is really bad. I think the official translation is the one that uses the English VAs in the audiobook. I think the fan translations is all text to speech, which is the really computerized voice, which would probably get annoying. No, it's not. The official one is actually really good. I will leave that to you guys to discuss and sort of like debate.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.